Hey, what's going on, guys? BrendanMushi. Got another Guilty Gear Strive breakdown and analysis thanks to Arxis blessing our eyes with 3 new gameplay videos, so shoutouts to them for that. If you haven't seen the videos, obviously you can go over to Arc System Works channel, check them out for yourself, and then if you want to break down, get my thoughts and opinions and kind of see some stuff that I notice so we can get an idea on how these characters are going to play and theory craft some high-level play, then you can, watch my video here. I'm going to be focusing more on Nagoriyuki, more so than the Guerrilla Gear Soul over here, just because we kind of already know how Soul works. I mean, Soul is Soul, so most of us have pretty much played him. I played him a lot during the beta, so I kind of already have a bit of a handle on him. But Nagoriyuki, other than a few gameplay videos, seeing Goichi play him, we haven't really fully figured him out yet. So I'm going to be focusing more on some interesting stuff I noticed about him as we go through the video, and then I'll be, pausing it and stopping it and analyzing stuff as always. So if you want to watch the whole thing through, check it out on the Arc System Works YouTube channel first, and then come back here. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into it. I should note before we get into it, a couple things that we already know about Nagoriyuki. This character has insane normals. Absolutely insane normals. He has a bloodlust gauge, and so essentially how that works is as Nagoriyuki does special moves, his bloodlust gauge fills, and as he hits you with his sword, he basically is stealing blood from you, and so that's actually making his bloodlust gauge go down. If the gauge goes full, he goes Berserk, which we'll talk more about that Berserk mode, in a bit. And so Nagoriyuki is about managing that gauge. So if you're hitting people with normals in a combo, the gauge goes down. If you're using special moves in a combo, the gauge goes up. So you're kind of managing the gauge to make sure that it doesn't fully max out if that's not what you want to do with it. He also doesn't have an air dash, and he also doesn't have a ground dash except for a back dash. But he does have a command dash forward and a command dash backwards that looks like he's teleporting, very similarly to Slayer. And so he uses that to navigate around the screen. Other than that, he has gigantic buttons in order to control space. And he also has these command dash feints where he does a command dash in with an attack. And then he can choose to follow up with an after image after that of himself. And he can choose to either back off to bait out your attacks or go in if you choose to respect him. So that kind of gives you an overview of what we know of him so far. Alright, command dash is back. You can see his gauge filling up there because he used a special move. Alright, goes in. Get DP. Alright, so... Oh! Okay, he goes into Bloodlust. Alright, so there's a lot to break down here. His jump heavy is gigantic. It's very similar to Baiken's jump heavy, but it covers a ridiculous amount of space below him. This is kind of awkward because Soul is using an attack that moves him forward and Nagoriyuki's jumping over him. What's interesting though is that Nagoriyuki uses what looks like his close slash. I'm very, very confident this is his close slash. And it actually launches him. And it wasn't counter hit, it says punish. So he didn't get a counter hit, it says punish. So this close slash, it looks like actually launches people on just normal hit, it looks like. So he does close slash into a special move Nagoriyuki has. Using this special move will fill your blood gauge. And Nagoriyuki is unique, very similarly to Sin, in that he can chain his special moves together. So he can cancel special moves into special moves. From here, usually what Nagoriyukis do is one of two things. They either cancel into his command dash to continue juggling with normals, or they cancel into the second part of this move, where it looks just like this part, but he swings downward, and there's a trail of blood from him swinging downward, which will cause a knockdown. So you see he cancels into the command dash, and this is going to fill his blood gauge even more. 5k, close slash again into that same special move, which is going to fill his gauge even more. Command dash again, filling his gauge even more. Close slash. And then this move, I think, is his 2H, is what I'm assuming that is. Which actually does cause your gauge to go down, but it's too late. He already filled it. And so this is going to cause him to go into that Berserk state. Yeah, he's going to take his mask off. Boom. Interesting, though, this actually doesn't look like it does any damage. If you actually look at Soul's health, his health bar does not go down from getting hit by that. So it looks like this move actually doesn't cause any damage. He is plus after the knockdown, so you can go in. And then what I also noticed too is that when Nagoriyuki is in this state, the chip damage that he does is insane. Just off of that, what I think is his 2H, look at Soul's health. He just drained it. Imagine if he did a full Gatling on him. Like he's doing a lot of damage. But also, look at Nagoriyuki's health though. His health drains like crazy while in this mode. So you can see the bloodlust gauge is going down, and also his health is going down. So, also interesting to note, when Nagoriyuki puts his mask back on, at first I thought that he was putting his mask back on because it was like an input that you can do, and maybe it is, but Nagoriyuki's gauge happens to deplete the moment he puts the mask back on, so my assumption is once the gauge depletes, he puts the mask back on. So I think the Nagoriyuki player knew that and was just trying to fish for an opportunity to do it safely in a combo. So he was fishing for this jump heavy, this gigantic normal. Like, he literally is just now hitting the peak of his jump, and that jump heavy is still hitting. Like, you can just press it at the peak of your jump. Like, that's going to be really difficult to anti-air for a lot of people. He misses the Roman cancel there. He goes for it again probably because he knows that if he doesn't get a hit right here, he's going to have to put his mask back on, and he's going to get punished for it. Because you can get punished when your bloodlust gauge is filled, and he does he takes his mask off. You can be punished for that. So I'm assuming you can be punished for putting the mask back on too. So he hits him with the jump heavy. Roman cancels, and he drifts downwards. You can see him drift downwards, which you drift by inputting a double tap, like a dash, in any of the 4 directions. So he double tapped down after RC to drift downward. And then the game, I'm pretty sure, automatically made him put the mask on, which freezes time. And then he comboed off of it with close slash, into far slash, into heavy slash, into a special move. And then that caused the wall break. Soul going for. I like how Soul used the quick Roman cancel there instead of the slowdown one, showing that there's different Roman cancel options. That looks like a normal throw to me. I don't think that's a command grab. Not entirely sure. But either way, it looks like this grab reduces his bloodlust gauge, which makes sense because obviously if he's lusting for blood, him hitting you with his sword causes that gauge to go down, and then him obviously sucking your blood causes it to go down too. You can tell because right after he grabs him, if you watch his gauge down here in the bottom right, you can see a directional arrow point to the left indicating that's going down. So it's kind of hard to see. I'll see if I can go frame by frame. Yeah, so you see in the bottom right here, there's a directional arrow pointing to the left after he grabs him, indicating that this grab will cause your gauge to go down. So not only will sword attacks do it, but this grab, I'm not sure if this is a command grab or not. It might be, but I'm just not sure. So I apologize. All right, round 2. Oh my god, that recovers so fast. Yo, my man went from side to side on that combo. These buttons. 5K, 5K into 2H. And that's that after image, right? So with Nagoriyuki, he basically does this dash at you and he hits you. And then from here, he can either choose to go in or back off. So like, if Soul DP's here and Nagoriyuki backs off, the DP is going to whiff, or he's going to block it, either or, and then he gets a full punish. So Nagoriyuki decides to go in, Soul DP's, so Soul guessed right. Command grab, which it looks like that command grab does way less damage than it used to before. That used to like nuke your health bar, I swear. So I think they did tone that down, so that's cool. Bandit Bringer. Charge Bandit Bringer. DP is going nuts! 5D. Pick him up. I'm not sure if he meant to do that. That didn't really help him out very much. And see, now you can see this version, he's able to back off. So he does that same move, right? That after image. And then from here, it's like, all right, am I going to go in or am I going to back off? Are you going to DP me or not? And he backs off. Now, if Soul had DP'd here, he would have got a full punish. So this move seems like it's pretty strong for... I'm not sure what the frame data is on it. I don't know if Nagoriyuki is plus here or not. That's a huge deal if he is. But even if he's not, still, it seems like him being able to back off and maybe bait you into pressing something. Because even if he's negative, let's say he's negative, right? If he's negative, anybody would be... they would want to start pressing buttons, right? Like a punch or something. But as you can see, he's not close enough to get hit with like a 2P or something like that. So if he was negative here, then someone might want to mash, and then he can whiff punish you for mashing, it looks like. But then if you're like, all right, well, I'm not going to mash because I'm afraid I'll get whiff punished, then he can actually pretend it's plus. So even if it's minus, it seems like he can still get use out of this. So the fact that he can just throw this out in neutral, and if you block it, he kind of puts you into a guessing situation, seems pretty strong to me. But that's just what it looks like to me at first glance. He has to be careful because, yeah, he's filling that blood gauge, and yeah, he just got smacked. So that's something you have to be careful of. So like I said before, this special move where he slices upwards, had he canceled this into the command dash, which I don't know why he didn't, because he usually did. Had he canceled this into the command dash instead of the second version where he slices them down, this right here, because you see how high Soul is? Had he command dashed over there and then just did close slash and then comboed him, he would have just killed him. But instead he sliced him downward. Maybe he was concerned about his burst, but I don't know. I still would have went for it because Soul did have burst here. But maybe he could have went for like just close slash and then maybe jump cancel and bait the burst or something, right? Maybe I'm thinking too hard, but I feel like this was a bad decision because not only did he not kill him, but he also put himself into the enraged state. I need an official name for that. The Berserk state. So now it's gonna fill up, and at this point he should be like sweating. He should be like trying his absolute hardest to get in so that he doesn't get punished. And instead he goes into that state, and look how punishable this is. Like he's chilling there forever. Like you get like a full combo. Smacked. Alright, round 3. They both have burst up. Like the air dash conversion attempt, but it looks like it was too far. Alright, put him in the corner. Oh, nice interrupt. See, like there, like he did it that time, right? He should have did that before. Like this special move pops him up, where he you know, he swipes his sword upwards. He knocks him up, and then he command dashes forward. It builds a lot of gauge, but if you notice, you can end the combo with like your heavy, which I think this, again, I think this is 2H. You can end it with this, and then this will actually give him blood back. So he used, you know, he used special moves to knock him up and command dash in, which builds his gauge, but then he can end it in these heavy sword slices to reduce his gauge and get a hard knockdown, so that way he can keep pressuring you without having to worry about it. So he does meaty far slash. Soul, of course, typical Soul, does not care. Air dashes in. Ooh. God, he's going nuts right now. Ooh, nice. These pokes, though. Poking with... Ooh, the whiff punish. Stupid. Unfortunately, as cool as that super is, I don't think that Soul has Dragon install anymore. I mean, he might still have it, but that's looking like a deconfirm to me. But this was actually a nasty whiff punish from the Soul player. So, Nagoriyuki does 5k 2D, no dice. He does his far slash into heavy slash at max distance, which it looks like the heavy slash doesn't reach at that max distance, and then just gets straight whiff punished with the super. And it doesn't look like he had any time to RC. I feel like he probably would have tried that if he could. Yeah, bodied. So that was a pretty good set. So yeah, I feel like with Nagoriyuki, I feel like he has a lot of potential to control that mid-range space with his pokes. And if he can just even get you to block his after image command dash, he's putting you in a situation where like you're scared to DP, you're scared to press his button as long as he's able to guess right. It kind of reminds me of like Jam, where like Jam's command dash kind of. It's basically like if you took Johnny's normals and you just gave it to Jam. Now that sounds stupid. Please don't quote me on that. But no. I think that Nagoriyuki players probably never want to go into that Berserk mode. Like I don't see why you'd ever want to, just because it drains your health so badly. Like yeah, he's able to do a lot of chip damage to you. Maybe he might have setups where like when you're on low health, he probably wouldn't even be able to chip kill you. So I don't even know. I don't see why you'd ever want to go into that mode. That mode seems more like a punishment to me. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe he has like insanely high damaging combos. Like maybe like, let's say you're on a pixel. At that point, maybe you just don't care, right? Because like, if it drains your health like that, what if you don't have health? Would you really care? And you can combo into that mode. So let's say like you're on a pixel and you're trying to make a comeback. You just combo into that mode and now you do ridiculous chip damage and ridiculous damage to them. So that's the only situation where I could see that Nagoriyuki would ever want to do that. But I do find it interesting that basically every character in this game has an install except for Soul. So that's pretty funny. But that about does it for this first match. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And then I will be doing the other matches as well, which you can click to see those as well. It should be on the cards or something. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.